Hi, I'm Ashley from Peach Trees and Bumblebees and the Greedy Girls, and today I'm going to show you really quickly how to make basic pancakes and how to flip them. So in this bowl here I have 125 grams of plain flour, I have an egg, I have some salt, and I have 300 ml of milk. Make a well in the middle, crack your egg in like that. Once you've cracked your egg in, give it a whisk. You won't be able to gather it all together first, but this is just to get it going. You will have a sort of smudgy mix. So once you've mixed the egg in a bit, gradually add in about a third of the milk and beat again. Now as I'm doing this, because it's so quick, I've already got a pan over here, a crepe pan it is, so it's designed for this, with a little bit of oil in, warming on a medium to high heat. So you want to be beating this to get rid of any lumps. Make sure it's all smoothly combined. I'm just going to add my pinch of salt. There you go. Use table salt, sea salt, whatever. And then you can add a bit more of the milk in. Like so. Be gentle with it when you are incorporating more liquid so it doesn't go splashing everywhere. Beat that in. Keep that in and then add in the rest of the liquid. And beat gently until smooth and combined. You might find it easier to pour it into the pan from a smaller jug, so I'm going to transfer this straight back into this jug here. Now you can make your own, as I've done, or you can cheat. I was sent some fresh pancake batter from M&S. I've not seen it done this way before, actually giving you the batter itself and not giving you just a dry mix to add stuff to. So I'm really curious to try this, but I'm saving it for myself for pancake day. So my pan is hot. You haven't want to actually touch it, but if you run your hand over you should be able to hear it. And then just make sure that the oil is evenly coating the surface of the pan. You will usually find the first pancakes a bit of a disaster. It's all about just getting the pan going, so don't worry if your first one's crap. Right, take your pancake batter, pick up your pan, drop a bit in, and then roll it around the pan so it's evenly coated. You can drop a bit more in if you need it. You don't want them to be too thick for this kind of pancake, you want them to be quite thin. And pop it on the heat, and now you wait. So the pancake is now cooking. I'll show you it. Already it's starting to set, so which is great. These types of pancakes do cook really quickly. If you don't have a crepe pan, don't worry, you don't really need one specifically, it will just help with the flipping. Though if you like pancakes and want to make them a lot, I do recommend getting one. I got mine for about 12 quid from TK Maxx, and I use it a lot. It's also good for omelettes and things. So, turn the heat up slightly. So you can see it's now gone opaque, like that, and it's going to soon be ready to flip. Now remember what I said about the first pancake always being a disaster? Do not worry if this goes horribly wrong. It's exciting. You can have whatever you want on your pancake, obviously. I probably will have a bit of maple syrup because I was born in Canada and it basically flows through my veins. You can also have some honey. M&S have sent me some chocolate dessert sauce and some salted caramel sauce, which both look rather delicious. And of course you could have golden syrup or Nutella. You could top it with bananas and Nutella, that's particularly nice, or strawberries and Nutella, even though it's not really strawberry season, or jam. You can pretty much top them with whatever, or of course you can have savoury pancakes. I made them last year with leek and goat's cheese, which were very nice. Don't know if you can hear that, but it's now starting to sizzle, which means that the underneath layer is starting to seal off, which means it's almost ready to flip. You can just slightly lift it up and see what the bottom looks like. Mine's still really pale. You want it to be quite sort of just going a bit golden before you flip it so it can hold its shape and not go bleh. Okay, this is the real test. Once you can pick up the pan and shake it like that, and you can hear that noise, that means the underside is sufficiently cooked in order to flip it. Now the key with flipping a pancake is confidence. You need to know the right arm movement, but more than that, you really need to be confident in what you're doing. So it's a kind of scooping movement like that. So, like that. So I told you the first one always turns out crap. You can see mine was folded slightly, but I'm not worried. So then cook it on the other side for a minute or so, because it will have mostly been cooked all the way through now. You're really just browning off the other side. Getting very excited about eating this pancake. The great thing is, once you've done your first pancake, the pan tends to be quite well seasoned and is better for making the pancakes, so you can add a tiny splash of oil in between each one. So when you're ready to serve it, just shake it out onto a plate like that. I'm now going to make another one, so tiny splash of oil in between. Just roll the oil around the pan carefully. When the pan is hot, the oil will become much runnier, so you can spread it around more easily. Right, and again, pour some in and then roll it around the pan to give you a nice even but thin coating. And pop back on the heat. Now you can stack them up if you want to and then eat them all at once, or if you're serving for a lot of people, I tend to stack them up and keep them in the oven to stay warm, and they're perfectly lovely. Or considering it's just me right now, I'm going to actually just eat this one while the other one's cooking. So I'm going to go with a little bit of maple syrup. Proper maple syrup is really worth buying because it's a lot better for you than the stuff that's mixed with corn syrup, and plus it's much more delicious. So traditionally with this kind of pancake you would roll it up, and then, and that's how you flip pancakes.